Later on Monday, the United Nations will present the results of its probe into last month's alleged deadly chemical attack in Syria. The findings are not expected to assign blame, but could shed light on the origin of the toxins which reportedly killed hundreds of civilians. Now, this comes as the UN Security Council prepares to hammer out a resolution to enforce a deal on Syria reached by Russia and the United States. The plan requires the Assad government to disclose full details on its chemical weapons within a week and allow the stockpiles to be destroyed by the middle of next year. But U.S. military forces remain in position to strike Syria if Damascus fails to comply with France backing up Washington's threat. Meanwhile, a British defense study has revealed that Islamic extremists make up the core of the system opposition. Now, the report puts the total number of rebel fighters at around 100,000 and says they're split into hundreds of different factions. About 10,000 of these fighters are in fact jihadists with links to Al-Qaeda. Up to 35,000 others are radical Islamists who broadly share Al-Qaeda's views. Meanwhile, the study puts the number of moderate Islamists at around 30,000, meaning that secular opposition forces are vastly outnumbered. And while those fractured groups are pushed back by Syrian government troops, RT's Maria Finoshina is in the midst of the action.
Now in Daraa, just a few kilometers from the central Damascus. It used to be a nice and beautiful, very picturesque town with a population of up to 300,000 people, but it's been torn by clashes between the governmental forces and the rebels for almost 2 years now. The result, you can see, everything's ruined, the residents left. The only people we can meet here are either the army or the militants they're fighting against. Hi guys. Well, now we are going with the army to one of their operations.
Daraa, south of the capital, is part of a powerful militant belt around Damascus known as Eastern Ghouta, the scene of recent fierce clashes. It is also where a chemical attack last month brought international resonance in its wake. All weapons smuggled to Syria through Jordan in the south come through here, providing local militants with a secure supply line.
Snipers are a major threat, a major danger here in the rebel-held areas. This is why we were told not to get up here.
This is what the Syrian war looks like today. The urban battlefield provides dense cover, and a network of underground tunnels also shields the militants. There is no defined front line, and you don't know when your enemy is watching.
Syrian army soldiers say there could be snipers there, and they put curtains like this one just to protect, to prevent the snipers from seeing what's going on here.
This simple system helps save many lives every day. Where it doesn't work, soldiers just run. In 40 minutes, we travel from one district to another.
We follow the army, as you can see, through the buildings, through the holes in the walls, like this one or this one. They're everywhere. Sometimes you stop to take a look around and you understand that it used to be someone's apartment. Family used to look at this mirror in the mornings and the evenings, and now look at this. It's destroyed. Lives destroyed.
In this war, snipers are from both sides of the front line. Waiting is what they do most of the time. Waiting for the enemy. An officer shows me the map they update every day.
This is where we are. The militants are in this big building.
The army liberates the town street by street, building by building, very slowly and very carefully.
We always just address militants to surrender their arms, promising they'll be safe. Sometimes they leave their weapons and try to escape, but sometimes they refuse, and we have no other choice but to fight them.
The soldier shows me where he was injured. The 3 bullets haven't cooled him down.
I'm honored to defend my country, to defend the Syrian people. Even if the US attacks us with its aircraft and tanks and everything, we will make our land their cemetery.
An American strike seems to be on the back burner, at least for now. But Syrian civil war goes on and on. Maria Finoshina, RT, Damascus suburbs, Syria.
And Maria is sharing first-hand reports on the military operations around Damascus on her Twitter feed. You can find out the latest by following her online.